Welcome back to Hold the Phone YouTube. Here are our best bets for college basketball Wednesday. We appreciate each and every single one of you for tuning back in the best sports betting show here on YouTube. Like the video, subscribe to the page. Loop,
yeah.
We have two marquee matchups, a couple top 25 ranked teams as we continue to warm up the engines for March.
We're less than a month away from Selection Sunday.
For March.
We hammered college basketball Saturday, 4-1.
Yep.
That was a great slate. Tuesday, we had Monday off, so we didn't get you Tuesday episode, which is Gavin's fault. Blame him. Send him some DMs.
I mean, fuck.
He was busy celebrating our presidents, as he always does. But now it's Wednesday. Two massive games. We're going to just give you our two best bets for this glorious Wednesday night.
Look, and we start with game number one, BYU and Arizona. Arizona was on the road against the Mormons, and they fucking shit down their leg at the end game. The storm was closing. They're up 11 points with about a minute and some change left on the clock. Double-digit lead. Next thing you know, BYU has the ball in their hands with a chance to win that basketball game. Would have been an all-time collapse, all-time comeback over there in Mormonville.
It's
the refs were hosing fucking Arizona down the stretch, but they skinny out by the hairs of their ass cheeks. Unreal block to end that game a couple weeks back.
It's not easy to win on the road in college basketball.
No.
I mean, we saw it in the Houston game on Monday night. I mean, you're going against the refs. You're going against the crowd. Even if you're up 10 with 5 minutes left, you have no idea how those last 5 minutes are going to go. As we saw, Iowa State ends the game 17-4. Is very similar to that BYU-Arizona game. You just fucking hold on for dear life.
And look, speaking of tough places to play on the road, Arizona goes on the road where Self and Kansas on big Mondays are 39-0.
Yeah, they were playing
Peterson
5 versus 20,000.
Peterson gets ruled out before the game. It seems like Arizona is in the clear. They show up to that one. They play well in the first half, even decent in the first 10 minutes of the second half, but then just cannot find shots.
Quicksand.
They cannot find baskets. They cannot produce or get anything going on the offensive side of the basketball, and they lose that game. Their first loss of the season in the fucking field house without their best player for Kansas. They lose that game. We then come on here Friday saying this would be the classic, typical, everyone getting in bed with the number one team in the country after losing their first game. This is the classic bounce back spot now at home versus another top 25 team like Texas Tech. We're going to go against the crowd. We're going to flip. We're going to rock with Texas Tech. Plus the 8.5 in that game.
Easy.
They win outright in overtime.
Now all of a sudden,
Arizona is in this free fall. If you got fucked with them against Kansas, you got fucked with them against Texas Tech. And now I'm sure you're not sure where to go, who to call left or right with this matchup. You're now staring at 12.5 points against a BYU team that they already had a close win against. They're off back-to-back losses. Do you buy in with Arizona or do you sell now? Selling high at a double-digit spread against the Mormons once more.
Yeah, this is one of those spots like we always talk about in college football. There's like BYU, well, they're not a top 10 team now. What are they, like 22,
They went on
23?
bad skid. They lost 4 in a row.
They're still one of these like sexier teams.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That people like to bet on.
Yeah.
They lost 4 in a row. Then they had, a bounce-back win versus Baylor.
Yeah.
Now they've won back-to-back.
Sleazy Baylor spot that they got out
Though,
of.
they beat Colorado at home. They gave up 86 points.
Yeah.
Like, this team is not playing good hoops. They've lost.
They don't love defense.
5 of 8, and now they have to go in to Arizona, who won 23 in a row and is now coming off back-to-back losses. And I just feel like it's one of those spots that you like to say, how easy is it to take the team that's lost 2 in a row and you're getting 13 points against them and take BYU?
Yeah, we're going to take Arizona minus the points.
Perfect bounce back spot.
Look, Arizona's going to win this game. They're not going to lose 3 in a row. If that is the case, I don't necessarily want to be grabbing my sack to cover with BYU. The Mormons don't love defense. The Mormons gave their best shot against this team at home. It still was not enough. They were a bagel away from losing that game by more than 12.5 points, but they go on a crazy, unreal run to end that game, almost win that game. Give us Arizona on a Wednesday night to bounce back after 2 losses. This team with Arizona, they They are weird.
Yeah.
They are tricky.
Yeah.
I don't know necessarily how they won 23 games in a row.
I mean,
because they don't, watching those 2 games, it almost feels like when they have now gone flat, they don't know who to look at.
Yeah.
Like when the ball's
Long
not rolling,
season,
they don't have, it feels like they don't have an identity.
Yeah.
They rely heavily on Berries, who's this point guard who tries to facilitate his shot. And when he's not on, these last 2 games, Koa Pete does not play, who the second half, who's supposed to be a top player in the country. He fucking sucked against Kansas and then doesn't play the second half against Texas Tech. And Bradley is their other like top scorer. Krivas, they're like 7'3" big man from Germany. He's the only guy who
I like him.
Yeah, he's the only guy who can actually
He's a dog.
give this team life, because both on the defensive side of the floor and offensive side of the floor, he's a freak.
Yeah, I think this is I just feel like this is a good spot. We're betting on the spot here. We're not betting on the team. It's a long year, and I also think the first half, I feel like it's one of those games they're going to get up double digits early and kind of coast. Give me Arizona in the first half too.
Yeah, the last 2 games, the offense, there is just no identity. They need to get
Right
back.
the ship.
They need to get back on track.
That's the good thing about winning your first 23. You can afford a couple hiccups.
Yep. Give us Arizona.
On February 21st, The Ring, Barrios vs. Garcia takes over Las Vegas as the action hits T-Mobile Arena. Reigning WBC champion Mario Barrios puts his title on the line against global superstar Ryan Garcia. Garcia enters the ring chasing the one thing that he's never had, a world championship. This could finally be the moment.
You know, despite Ryan Garcia being that worldwide household name, he has yet to win a world title. And let me tell you, he's smelling due. I am Team Garcia.
Minus 250, Garcia.
He's minus 250 for a reason. Garcia's going to get the job done, like it or not. This is Garcia's match to win.
Will Ryan Garcia finally become a world champion? One night in Vegas decides the next era of the welterweight division. Don't miss The Ring. Barrios vs. Garcia, February 21st, live only on DAZN. Click the link in the bio to purchase the pay-per-view and use Friday 7 or get it free with a DAZN Ultimate plan. All right, game number 2.
To the SEC.
Yeah.
The best games to bet on. We got the Pigs and the Crimson Tide.
These 2
in
conferences,
Tuscaloosa.
the SEC and the Big 12, has been a real joy
Yeah.
for the last month or so.
Where all of a sudden the number 1 team in the country is in the Big Ten somehow.
Yeah.
Do you know the Big Ten hasn't won a college basketball national championship in 25 years?
Who was the last one? Maryland?
I guess so.
Maryland.
Yeah.
Had to be.
Yeah.
Was Maryland in the ACC when they won?
That could have also been true.
Check. You talk, I'll look.
Look, we're the Pigs and Alabama. A couple teams coming off a couple game win streaks.
Michigan State.
Michigan State.
Maryland won after that, but they were either in the Big East or the ACC when that happened.
This is tricky. What Alabama team do you get?
Yeah.
And the Hogs have been playing good basketball.
Yep.
Both these teams, as of late, have been playing kind of the lower end of the SEC schedule, playing the LSUs of the world, now the Auburns of the world. Like those wins don't necessarily even matter anymore. The Pigs, they're solid.
Yes.
And I feel like in the last couple of years, Alabama, you don't ever know what team you're going to get, but I feel like Alabama isn't the same Alabama as years past with the Brandon Millers and the Mark Sears and some of these other unbelievable players. I feel like right now Alabama is very life or death based off the 3, more so than they have in the past.
I feel like too it kind of speaks to the whole SEC right now. Good, not great. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Last year, I feel like all these teams that were ranked like 18, 20 were winning like 2 or 3 more games each, and we're all in the top 10.
Like, I don't know who Alabama necessarily is, because their wins in the SEC right now are Mississippi State, dog shit, Oklahoma, dog shit, Missouri, okay, Texas A&M, Auburn, Ole Miss, South Carolina, all dog shit. The big games that they've played at, Florida, they lose by 23. Tennessee at home, they lose by 6. Texas even, and Vanderbilt, they lose back-to-back against those 2 ball clubs. To sit here and say that this is the same kind of Final Four type Alabama team, or even Elite 8, Sweet 16 Alabama team, is simply not true.
But Still a team that could figure it out.
Still a team who can figure it out. I'll be honest.
When they get into tournament play, they can make shots and they can put you in an uncomfortable position. We saw last year when they played BYU. We had BYU. And Alabama made about 63 threes in the first half.
Look, like I said, this team is live and die by the three ball. And that's how they've been. But I feel like in years past, they've at least had some stars, just in case if that was not the case, who could take over. While on the other side, I feel like the Pigs are a very similar Pig team from last year, where I think they've even gotten possibly better.
And they do have a star. This A-Cuff kid is a joke.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah, correct. And Arkansas, their one hiccup as of late is against Kentucky. And like Kentucky with the Calipari thing is always tricky. And they'd already beaten.
A little extra juice in those games. Anything could happen. Everything goes out the window. It's
correct.
Like, Red Sox, Yankees. And
plus, like, I love Brazil on Arkansas. He's a fucking dog. We saw him last year when they played St. John's in the tournament and they took down Patino when they were St. John's was the 2 seed, a 2 seed, correct?
210,
yeah. Arkansas has that sort of juice, and we're starting to stare down the barrel of a couple weeks out from March. I think in a game where either one of these teams I would not be shocked to win. I feel like this is a coin flip, even though it's in Tuscaloosa. I feel like Arkansas is the more physical team. However, if Alabama comes out and is just draining threes left and right, I just don't necessarily see that being the case. I think 3.5 is a lot of points in a game that is going to be a single-digit outcome, and it could be either the Arkansas or Alabama's coming out on top. So give us Woo Pig, Arkansas, Razorbacks plus 3.5 in Tuscaloosa for probably the game of the evening.
Yeah, those are the two games right there. You're going to lock into 2 games, make 2 picks, go 2-0, take the Hogs, take Arizona.
Yeah.
What a way to have a Wednesday night.
Arkansas is going to battle. They're going to battle. They've had some very, again, similar to Alabama. I feel like these are 2 teams very similar right now with the way that they're forming.
The Hogs are slightly better.
Correct.
Yep.
But that's not to say if Alabama can kind of round into a form that they're right there. Very interesting. I wonder what the SEC tournament or to win the SEC right now would look like. I would think Florida
still got to be the favorite.
What did you say?
Florida still got to be the favorite.
Yeah, Florida would have to be the favorite.
And then I feel like it's these 2. Right?
Tennessee is always sleazy. Auburn's now dead. Oklahoma dead. Missouri dead. Georgia had their moment, now dead. Ole Miss dead. LSU dead. Vanderbilt would be up there in the top 4.
They're not going to win these.
They're not going to win dick. No. I think it's the top 5, if I were to predict, would be Florida, Tennessee, Arkansas, Bama, Vanderbilt. Maybe Vandy instead of one of those 2, maybe in front of Alabama, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Is there a team I'm
necessarily go to BetMGM?
Is there a team I could possibly be missing in there?
Oh no, this is regular season.
I hate when they show the regular season, not just the tournament. Like, just give me the tournament.
To make Final Four, Florida plus 295, Arkansas plus 1100, Alabama plus 1400. So I think they think that those, and then Tennessee plus 1500.
If you were to have to bet someone to win the national championship right now, $100, who would you put it on? Because I don't think, after seeing what I've seen, I don't think Arizona has the stones to do it. I don't think
UConn.
Yeah. I love UConn. I do like that pick.
I just feel like when you have UConn and it's March, you feel good.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Especially if you get out of the first weekend with UConn and you're in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
And you have Dan Hurley
These SEC
in your corner.
schools, they can shoot themselves out of game. These Big 12 schools, I feel like only want to win at home.
Michigan,
Michigan, maybe.
Michigan's good. And I feel like the only...
Get lulled into playing a lot of Big Ten matchups, though.
I feel like the only... Correct. It's like we see them against fucking Purdue and Illinois and Nebraska. What does that mean?
What about Gonzaga plus 4,000? Graham Ike.
Zags. They've had some conversations.
St. John's plus 7,000 and Rick we trust.
That would be generational.
I mean, can you imagine?
St. John's plus 7,000 to win it all. That would be literally just all the glory. Kansas sitting at plus 2,000.
Problem is, you just don't know if this kid's going to play in the tournament.
That is the problem.
His agent might give Bill Self the old tap and say no thanks.
I know you don't want to back a team going back to back, but I think that Florida, you could have a possible seat at the table.
Houston's good. The point guard on Houston is incredible.
Could
have turned it over at the end of the game.
Yeah, number 4.
Yeah,
he is something. He's averaging like 30 points a game.
They stopped. He was driving, kicking, and they were getting wide open looks, and then they went away from him. And
I also feel like Duke has a really good chance, but then it's like
same shit with Duke every year.
But
definitely.
But then I thought to myself, if they couldn't do it with Cooper Flagg,
I like Illinois too.
Year? You do like Illinois,
yeah.
All the foreigners.
Yeah, I like the Euros. Stojakovic.
Yeah. I think if there's 5 teams to get in bed with, UConn, Florida is very athletic. Duke, Houston,
Johnny's long shot.
St. John's. I like those 5 teams. I don't think Arizona or Michigan win it all, and those are the 2 favorites right now.
Yep. No, anything could happen. All right, also this week, BetMGM players will receive a college basketball odds boost token to use the token. Add a college basketball wager to your bet slip, activate the token. If you win that wager that was made, you'll receive extra winnings and unrestricted bonus dollars.
Texas Tech, too. We're not mentioning Texas Tech. They're plus 2,500. They've beaten everyone.
Nah.
I don't know, dude. They have beaten Arizona. They have beaten Duke. They have beaten they beat another top team in the country too. Fuck. Really good teams.
I don't know. I don't believe in them.
They have the best resume in college basketball right now. What?
I feel like their coach.
All right, well, there you have it. Give us Arizona minus the points. Give us the Pigs plus the points. That's a Wednesday night. Stay tuned to the college basketball and more NBA bets
12-8 on the season.
Week. I feel like I've probably bet 100 college basketball.
Yeah, but on the show, we've had 4 episodes, 5 picks a week. We've had 20 picks. We're 12-8. Don't ask us what our NFL playoff record was. We'll see you on the other side.
1-82. All right, we appreciate you. We'll see you on the other side.